Thanksgiving, a time of joy and family gatherings, right? But in 2018, a heartbreaking story unfolded when 29-year-old Kelsey Berreth and her infant daughter disappeared after a trip to the grocery store. Some say that they'd do anything for love, even bring down the stars. But is killing for love ever acceptable? Is love more valuable than a life? Let's unravel. There was a woman named Krystal Lee Kenney who was in a relationship with Patrick Frazee. They lived together and shared all their moments and later got engaged until something horror happened. As on Thanksgiving in 2018, Patrick brutally murdered his fiance, Kelsey, who was also the mother of his infant daughter. Not only this, Krystal, a nurse by profession, even helped Patrick to clean up the horrific crime scene. However, she later testified about her involvement during the trial. Who is Kelsey Berreth? Let's discover. Kelsey Berreth was born and raised on a farm in Washington, dreaming of becoming a pilot. She attended a flying school in Washington, where she eventually met Patrick Frazee online. Kelsey, the deceased, moved to Colorado to be closer to Patrick and worked as a flight instructor at an Air Force base in Grand Junction, later taking a job at DOS Aviation. Kelsey and Patrick had a daughter together who became the center of Kelsey's world. Now the questions arises, why would Patrick murder the mother of his daughter in such a brutal manner? Actually, Patrick wanted full custody of their daughter, Kelsey Berreth, when Kelsey refused to give up her child, leading Patrick to resort to murder. His first plan in September involved Kenney poisoning a caramel macchiato drink and giving it to Berreth, but she could not bring herself to do it. Greg Slater, an agent for the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, testified. Kenney bought the drink and took it to Berreth's townhome. When she opened the door, Kenney introduced herself with a false name, made up a story about just having moved to the area, and gave her the drink. But it was not poisoned, she told investigators. The second and third alleged attempts happened the next month. The first of those would involve Kenney assaulting the woman in the parking lot of her condo with a metal pipe, Slater testified. She waited for Berreth, but still couldn't do it, Slater said. The third alleged attempt was to beat Berreth with a baseball bat, and again she refused, he said. But on 22 November 2018, Kelsey visited Patrick's residence to drop off Kelsey. Once inside, Patrick asked her to put on a blindfold to guess different candle scents. While Kelsey was in another room, Patrick killed Kelsey with a baseball bat. After the murder, Patrick called Krystal to help him clean up the crime scene. Kelsey's mother filed a lawsuit and Krystal cooperated with the police, initially unaware of Patrick's fiance and daughter. She testified that Patrick had lied about Kelsey, claiming she was an alcoholic and abusive. A month after Kelsey's disappearance, Patrick was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, solicitation to commit murder, and tampering with a deceased body. The trial began a year later, with Krystal serving as a key witness. Authorities also presented crucial evidence, including surveillance footage and testimony from a jailhouse informant who claimed Patrick wanted other key witnesses, including Krystal and Kelsey's mother, Cheryl, to be eliminated. Patrick wrote in one note, "They all need to disappear." He was sentenced to life in prison plus 156 years and is currently serving his sentence. Krystal was initially sentenced to 3 years, but had her sentence reduced to 18 months in 2021 and was released later that year. Kelsey's daughter, Kelsey, is now being raised by her maternal grandparents. This tragic tale serves as a grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind seemingly loving relationships, even during times of joy and celebration.